Well, hello and good morning. My name is Danny Deals. This is Un Poco Mas, this show where we give you just a little bit more. I'd like to thank executive producer Hurricane Lopez for waking up early and producing the show on a Monday morning. It is April 17th, 2023. It's about 7:30 a.m. out here on the left coast, about 10:30 out in NYC. Hope it's a great Monday wherever you find yourself on this beautiful planet we all share. Um, I would like to talk with you this morning about a hot stock today, Jaguar Health, ticker symbol JAGX. Unfortunately, I have been a Jaguar investor for some time now. I've been absolutely kicked square in both testicles by the management brilliance of Miss Lisa Kant. She is certainly one of the most outstanding executives in the history of business, and I believe she will be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize this year for her work with diarrhea. In any case, I just want to bring you a brief update. A lot of people are talking about this stock and a short squeeze because people are saying the shares short of the free float is over 50%. There are very few shares to go around, and then I just don't think people understand that some additional shares may have been issued. If you look at the market cap, it certainly does not imply that there are only 2 million shares issued. In fact, if you take a look at the share statistics, it shows shares outstanding, in fact, right around 14 million. So the short interest, I'm seeing numbers all over the place, anywhere from 10 to 50%. The dark pool short interest is certainly quite high. The stock is definitely being shorted. Is there going to be a short squeeze? That would generally require some type of catalyst, and that's where you come in. Jaguar Health should be 100% enrollment for the CTD phase 3 trial um, within the next probably month. They're basically saying that they're expecting to complete enrollment in mid Q2. So we're already, 2, 3 weeks into Q2. So mid Q2 would be, about a month from now. When you reach 100% enrollment in P3, we can probably expect some readout to come maybe as soon as this year. There's no reason why not. So, if the P3 trial is conducted properly and efficiently, this stock has a lot of upside because there's just not much revenue. The stock looks terrible. It's reverse split in and done offerings into that toilet bowl spiral. And again, it toilet bowl goes this way if you're investing in Australia, but either way, your money goes down the drain. So this management, this company has just destroyed so much shareholder value in terms of equity that it's not even funny. Like if you invested 7 8 years ago, you lost like 99.99% of your money. That's how the shares have gone from like $1 million down to 50 cents or something. It's just absolutely it's an absolute bloodbath. Doesn't even begin to describe the horror of if you've been a long-term investor here. But all you can do is either get out. You have to look at where you are today. You can either get out, or you can double down, or you can just hold your shares and hope that they end up going up. Um, Again, this short squeeze, which I don't, this it's all over the place, but they were saying the short interest is 950,000 shares, and the shares and the free float are 1.8 million. Um, However, that's just not. And then market cap is saying 89 million. Is these statistics just make no sense? And I think people, I got to zoom out to show proprietary information here that you get in trouble if you show on YouTube. But if you look at actual reliable information, the short interest is not quite as high as people are making it out. It's still very, very significant because utilization is at 100%. The statistics you can't get historical. They don't calculate right because of the offering and reverse splits and all that stuff that these companies do so frequently. But in any case, the cost to borrow is up, utilization is up, days to cover shares on loan are up, but the percentage of the free float is actually gone down. It looks like either someone exercised a bunch of warrants. Somehow the share count went way up. This is no surprise. This is Jaguar Health. We are used to just endless dilution. Seems like the company has basically existed to continue to pay management salaries while destroying shareholder value. Now, I personally don't believe that all that money has been wasted. Because you are actually getting into the P3. That's critical. The drug has been proven, I think, safe and effective with the HIV indication. You could reach a tipping point with this stock where something good actually happens. I know that's very hard to believe if you've been invested in the stock, um, but it's possible. I mean, it is possible that once you get 100% enrollment in the P3 data starts coming out good. I think the market will start to recognize the size of the potential opportunity here. If this drug can keep cancer patients on their cancer treatments more, that's life saving. If this drug can keep cancer patients out of the hospital, that's life saving. It's also a huge cost savings. Diarrhea related to cancer therapies, I've statistics are a little bit all over the place, but I've read anywhere between like 20 to 40% of people modify or stop their cancer treatments because of diarrhea dehydration. Um, so if this can keep 25% of people out of the hospital, the cost savings and the benefits are just going to be enormous. And everything we know so far indicates that this drug actually does work. So you can see that we've basically, it's come down this huge ladder and has been down this slide. And for basically a month, the stock has been consolidating, trading mostly sideways. Have we reached a bottom? That's really anybody's guess. Note the stock was just rejected today at 67 cents, which is the exact same level that it reached back here on April 4th. So, and then we've come back down today to 62 cents as of 10:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Stock is really moving around today. The volume is picking up. We are at 3 million shares traded so far. And will the stock short squeeze? I think you're going to need some unexpected news to really get a short squeeze because there are more shares than a lot of people think. The market cap indicates that 65 cents per share and a market cap of 8.6 million. Just do the math on that, and you can see that there's not as few shares as a lot of people on YouTube would have you believe. Um, and if you take a look at a more reliable source that I subscribe to, you will find that, again, market cap is very much agreeing with Yahoo. It's saying 7.97 million USD at. So you're not talking about you're talking about a free float, they're saying, of like little under 14 million shares. So if there are 2.5 million shares short, at least on the market, it's not over 50% short interest, but it is extremely significant. And I think people often get the wrong idea with short squeezes that it's just all covering and that's the only thing that's going to drive that stock up and it's all rocket ships and, you know, alley oops. But what actually I think is more likely to happen is you have good organic catalysts that are causing people to want to come into the stock, which is the actual beginning of the 100% enrolled P3 trial, for the ultimate goal, which is this approval for CTD. And I think that'll cause people to come into the stock. And then if you add a lot of shorts covering, that's where you get that sort of organic short squeeze. That's not like a Reddit thing. It's not a one day thing, but it's bringing in organic buying pressure where people start to cover over a period of months. And that's where you can actually see the stock make a sustained move to the upside. Because as an investor, you don't want to see, a complete shooting star, vertical line up. You can, if you want to dump, yeah, that works. But if you're long term, that usually leads to a fall back down and more because it's a pump and dump. So what we want to see is people actually coming into the stock who want to own it for a long term and see the value in the drug crofolomer mytesi. I always forget the names of these drugs, but anyway, this drug's already been sold for many years, approved by the FDA for the HIV indication with diarrhea related to HIV treatments, and there's absolutely no reason it won't be approved for the cancer treatment. I think it works, it's safe. They have the end-to-end systems in place to produce, harvest the material from the trees in the rainforest in a sustainable, ecologically sensitive way. They have the purity end to end. They have the specialty pharmacy network in place. So Jaguar, I think, is looking really good right now. At this price point, obviously, if you bought a long time ago, it's looking awful because it's a bloodbath. But in any case, Jaguar Health, it is Monday, April 17th, 2023. The stock is up 5 cents today, or 7% on heavy volume at 3 million shares. Lots of action. We'll have to see where this price goes, but looks like Jaguar might have put in a bottom. Down around 52 cents. That's the all-time low of the stock, and it's up obviously about 20 plus percent off of those lows. So, has the stock bottomed out and turned the corner, or will this turd fall back yet again on some type of news of a crappy cash raise, another reverse split? The Jaguar hustle here. I still believe the company has merit. Certainly been a very rough road. Had a lot of problems, but sometimes companies actually do turn the corner and come back. Will that be the case with Jaguar Health? Time will tell. But it's hard to be bullish on this stock. But I think at these levels, this tiny market cap that is less than their sales at this point, and the fact that the HIV indication is very small market. Thankfully, HIV treatments have come a long way, and a lot of people are on one pill. They can keep HIV at zero, and they don't have to have these, really powerful like cocktails of drugs that really wreak havoc on the digestive system, and that's amazing. Like we don't want to, the idea is not we want to sell more of this drug and have people having this horrible condition. So that's great that HIV treatments have progressed so far, but still with cancer treatments, it's more than 50% of people, I believe they said, had diarrhea. 20 to 40% of people modify or discontinue their cancer treatments. So this substance, while it seems simple, it's a nutritional supplement. Everybody wants to say, oh, diarrhea, laugh at it. It's a huge problem. Hospitalization, dehydration, complication, people quitting their treatments, people modifying their treatments. It leads to bad outcomes, hospitalizations, death, and if this can help, I think there is a huge market for it, and there is merit. So the fact that the company and the management has been horrible in the past does not mean there is no future, but it is certainly reason for caution. And this is a long shot type of investment, hugely risky. So please do your research. Think about your risk tolerance. Think about your portfolio. Don't rush in, to a big position on penny stocks. Think of it as something that may go. You could hit a lottery ticket, but does it have underlying merit? Do your research. Use your brain. Don't listen to people online. Don't think about short squeeze as a reason to buy the stock, but think about buying pressure if shorts start to cover might be a catalyst for the stock to move up more steadily and more organically. And that's what you want to see, not just spikes and fall back down from pump and dump. Those are impossible to predict. And more often than not, you end up buying in toward the end and end up holding a bag. So the market makers and hedge funds run the pump and dumps, and they're the ones that end up making money, not us retail schmucks. So for Hurricane Lopez, my name is Danny Deals. Thank you for watching Un Poco Mas. That's your Jaguar Health update, JAGX, for April 17th, 2023. Hope it's a great Monday wherever you are. I will talk to you soon.